Is this on a clapper? Did you just turn that shit on?
No.
Shit.
I was just syncing the time. You gotta
All right.
sync the time with the video.
Okay.
Makes it easier when we get ready to do everything. But
All right.
yeah, this is the first podcast.
Is the setup down here.
Yeah,
today.
we're
Trying to get the lava lamp to warm up. I see people like lava lamps in the back of videos. So.
Well, it always makes it look way better,
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're starting the first episode of the podcast here at Frank's house.
So we're in the basement, and we got to figure out what this podcast is going to be about, and how we're going to do it, and what we're going to talk about.
Well, you might have to sit a little bit closer to that mic, I think.
Do I need to get up here?
I think so.
All right.
Well, the whole premise of everything, as you know and some people know, I wrote a TV show loosely based off of my time as the shop manager at a shop with Frank here.
Yep.
And it's pretty hilarious. I mean, the stuff that I came up with, I'm surprised, that we actually saw the stuff that we saw. But, we're kind of doing the podcast based off some of those stories and, just kind of hang out and talk a bunch of shit and see what happens.
Let's do it.
All right. So, yeah, some of your favorite times.
My times at that particular shop while we work together. You want to start with that? Because I feel like there's going to be stories from all kinds of people.
Oh, we're going to be bringing in a lot of people for this.
I feel like we should put that out there. And if you have some stories or have been in the shop when shit's been wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
Submit
Reach
them
out
somehow.
Yeah. Send me a message, whatever,
Yeah, I can remember, like, this one dude comes up to mind all the time, and he came in and he wanted the letter M from the beginning of Metallica and the A from the end of Metallica. So he wanted on his forearms an M and an A, and one of the guys that worked with us at the time, Sean, had the pleasure of doing the tattoo. And the guy was awful. He was the worst fucking client ever. So the image is pretty understandable. You just, it's the M and the A.
Yeah.
But this guy must have analyzed it under a microscope because he had found like little blemishes in the line work that nobody else could find. And he found, something was rounded and it was supposed to be real sharp and pointed. So he went to every other shop in town to try to get this thing fixed, and he'd show up just lathered up in Vaseline. Mind you, just having left our shop a couple hours in advance, he's got the thing all gooped up, it's bloody, and he wants to peel it off in front of the other artists. Those guys currently work with me, so they love telling the story too. But we had his name and his driver's license posted up. Do not work with this guy. We called the shops. Don't let him in. Don't do it. It's a trap. He's awful.
Yeah, no, I do remember that story now. But how do you? That's not something you mess up. Like, that's just something that.
There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing to fix. There was nothing to repair. He was just so anal, and he was convinced he was going to get his money back, is what it came down to. So he would call the shop almost daily and pretend to be his own mother. This is Burkett's mom.
Oh my God, yes, I do remember this now. It's all coming back.
My brother is a lawyer, and we're going to take you to litigation if you don't come up with... And it was some ridiculous number, like $4,930. Just outlandish. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. So I guess I'll see you in court. And I would hang up every day. And I'd, like I said, talk to the other shops and told them, like, don't work with this guy. So he'd go to every shop. And they're like, oh, yeah, you know what? We're not messing with it. So I'd have no idea whatever happened to him, but I'll never, ever forget him.
I don't think because he didn't come back in.
No.
It
was
was
all
just
phone calls.
That's right.
All phone calls. Awful.
Oh my God. Yeah, some of the people that come in, it's just use your common sense, but some of the things that they want to get is another story in itself. I mean, I'll never forget the time that lady came in. I don't remember her name.
I think I know.
But she came in and she said, "Hey, I want to." No, the first tattoo she got, was it Big Black Cum Dumpster? Was that it?
That's what she wanted to get.
That's what she wanted to
That's
get.
what she wanted. We're
That's
like,
right.
we cannot. It was the what she wanted was Big Black Cock Whore.
Cock whore, that was it.
Tattooed right above her pussy.
Oh.
And we're like, all looking at each other going, man, are you going to do that? I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. And Sean's like, I mean, I'll do it. But and finally said, no, I'm not going to do it. She goes, well, I want, So they settled on the one up, the better of the two was Cum Dumpster. So that's what she got put on her instead. But she had wanted, I think it was her that wanted like spider webs coming out of her butthole.
Yes.
And I think that got nixed.
So, no.
And she was not somebody whose butthole anybody would ever want to see.
No.
She looked like my Uncle Larry.
I'll have to find a picture so we show them. But no, I do remember. And then when she came back, to get the spider webs on her butthole, I immediately was like, well, it's Sean's customer. Let's go back. And so I went right back to him. He's like, no, dude, no, we're not doing that. He said, if you book that, which I was like, I kept telling him, I was like, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go book it for you real quick. What do you think? $400 be good? He's like, I swear, if you book that, you're gloving up and spreading her apart. I was like, no. I went back to her. I was like, I don't think we can do that here. It's like going down to Dragon Fart down the road. They'll take care of that.
I bet they did.
Oh,
I hope they did.
Yeah, if anyone that worked at Dragonfire and you guys did that tattoo, please reach out to us. We have to know if that ever happened. Oh my God.
I had a guy I don't know, it's been a few years ago, but he came in and he would get inside the door and within the first minute always have his shirt off. He was in his late 60s, just bought a new hog, so he'd go wrapping
Bald
out
dude,
the pipe. This guy, nope, he had hair.
Okay.
And he had one eye would look at you and one eye would look for you. So you never knew which one to talk to. And he decided on the best tattoo he could come up with was the words, yes, I'm a motherfucker. Because he had sex with women who were mothers.
Oh. That's what his reasoning was? That's what he told you?
So now he never wears a shirt because he has tattooed on him, yes, I'm a motherfucker.
Why do people... I don't know. What do you think the weirdest thing was that somebody came to you with that you actually did?
Oh, let me think. I remember like a really young couple. They had to have been fresh in college, and they both wanted each other's genitals tattooed for each other.
Oh.
So that was an awkward one. So I believe he got like a heart, and then she got his name inside of the fucking labia. And I'm like, all right.
Oh, wait, so he got it on... So you actually tattooed their
Tattooed
parts.
his dick and tattooed inside of her vagina.
Oh, my God.
And they may have been 19. Like, this is what you want to do? This is it, huh?
Oh, my God.
Fuck, I was probably only 25, so I didn't give a shit.
It was only until you got a little bit older
Yeah.
you kept talking to people like, don't do that. You're going to ruin your
don't
life.
do that. You're gonna,
People don't stay
face
together
tattoos,
anymore.
you think so? Think that's a good idea? I don't know.
I mean, hey, you tried to talk me out of doing my neck, but...
I know, because I have my neck done. I'm like, it's just I don't know. You know?
I mean, I haven't
people
had a
don't
problem
look
finding a
at
job.
you more nicely because you got your neck tattooed.
No.
They don't go, gosh, he looks nice. Immediately.
So after I left the shop, I was working. It's been a while since after I left there, but I worked for AT&T, and I still cannot believe that people would let me inside of their house looking the way I do. I had one old lady that she was like, I was scared to answer the door, but after meeting you, you're just the sweetest person ever.
Yeah.
I was like, well, not all of us are murderers. I mean,
Not anymore.
not anymore.
I'm reformed. Where do you think I got all this work?
I'm all done in the pen. Dude,
What'd you say your passcode is again?
That's the thing I hate hearing the most was, did you get those done in prison? When you're,
Yes.
do they look like they were done in a prison?
We melt down all the colored shoes. All the red bottom shoes. We melted them down and made soot. No, you can't get color in there, silly.
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely would have to say a lot of the best memories I have in my life were being in that shop with everyone. I mean, like all the stuff that we did, man. Like it was literally every day was a new adventure. There was always something
Just going
new.
to the gas station and the people you'd see in the 50-yard walk.
All right, okay. So I've got this good story. This is actually the pilot of our TV show. It actually starts with the scene, nice day. We're out walking. We just walked out of the shop, heading down to the gas station. Mm-hmm. We're kind of just talking shit about what's going on for the day and everything. So we get through into the gas station. The camera pans over to the front counter where there is the attendee and this very, very lively dude, man. He was out there, man. He was all over it, but he wouldn't let up off of her. He was like, "Come on, let me take you out sometime, Trinae. I want to, let me prove to you I could support you, take care of you. Hey, put $3 on pump 4 for me." Kept coming back. Hey, Trinae, give me that shot. She just keeps rolling her eyes, and she's like, "Man, this dude's an idiot." And she's like, "Come on, Trinae, let me, last time, let me take you out." She looks at him and goes, "You dumb fuck. My name's not Trinae. It says trainee. I just started a couple days ago." What?
Oh my god.
But I mean, so many little stories like that. I mean, we just
Oh yeah.
not only just in the shop, just outside of the shop places.
Just watching the people cross the street. Just like you'd see we had one guy we thought we could have swore he was a zombie. He just had goopy eyes and just kind of drug one leg, and he never looked both ways. He just lived life on the fucking edge. He'd just come out walking, limping, head right on over to Hardee's, just dodging traffic like Frogger. And we'd all be like, "Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna fucking make it? Oh my god!" He made it. All right.
Nothing we cool just today.
Wait for the next day.
No, remember the homeless dude that used to come in all the time, like trying to make some money, like taking the garbage out
Kenny.
Or whatever. Yes.
Kenny doesn't even try to do any work anymore. Kenny's a lazy bum now.
Oh, he still comes around.
Oh, he's still around town on occasion.
Really?
Yeah.
Is his eye still cut from here to here?
He's got a scar.
Yeah, remember you just walked in one day out of nowhere and fresh cut down his face. And, trying to pretend like nothing happened. He's like, "Hey, you guys got any work for me today? Let me take the garbage
Just trying
out."
to make a couple bucks.
We're like, "What is wrong with your face?" He's, "Oh, I got stabbed." And then just starts talking again. I'm like, "What? What just happened? Like, who is this dude?"
Oh, my God.
Like, who did you, another bum? Like, what did you, like, somebody come along and pay you to do bum fights? Like,
There's another one that came in. He was a younger guy, though, but he had his neck cut. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm the one. I just had that story where, I was in the paper. Guy stabbed me." I'm like,
oh, yeah.
"What?" He's like, "Yeah, I got stabbed." I'm like, 2 days ago, and you're in here right now, and you're trying to take out with the garbage? He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm just need a couple bucks."
No, that's who it was. That's
oh,
him.
that's
yes,
the guy? I thought you were talking about
guy.
Kenny, the
Okay,
old
that's
black
right.
dude.
No. He would do that, though, too. The other guy.
He'd
that was
either
the
try
other...
to sell you some old-ass CD case that he found in a in a car or something, or he'd give
Where'd
you
you
a
steal that
Jesus
from?
track. He'd always ask you if you was racist first and if you loved Jesus. Shake my hand. You love Jesus, right? You ain't racist, are you? A lot of questions when you met him. But the follow-up was always, you got $1. Nope. Ah.
God. No, was he the one that brought in was it a little microwave?
It wasn't little, but it was a fucking microwave. I don't think it was Kenny. I think it was just a guy that looked like Kenny. But man, he was frail. And he came in carrying the thing. And the door was just a big glass door, aluminum frame, and it had the big hydraulic like a regular industrial door.
Yeah.
Backs into it, spins around. He's got this big ass fucking microwave. Anybody need a microwave? No? We're all just tattooing, and everything just stops. We look, and he's struggling. He's got a fucking microwave. Like, they used to be heavy. They're not light like they are now, you know? This was something from, like, back in the 1900s.
Like one of the first ones.
Yeah, like, it was a 1990s model or something. So, nobody needs a microwave. Especially that thing. So we're like, no, we're good. And then we all, like, stand up as he's getting ready to leave and start looking over the front counter. It was kind of tall and kind of looking around it. So he'd set the microwave down and he'd open the door. And then he'd pick the microwave up and the door would close. And he set the fucking microwave down. And we're all like, now we've all like started crowding in watching. He's on about third round. And then we all are like, man, I don't think I got one more in me. He sets it down again. And I think it was Sean pops like, oh, come on, man. Let me get the door. Let me hold it for you. And he picks it. Says, thanks, man. You sure you don't need this? No.
These people, man. Like, the bums were probably better than any of the clients.
Oh my God.
There were several of them. What was the one that lived over by Wake the Dead? Yeah, that old white dude that, like, I thought he was dead several times. Like, I was almost positive when I walk up to him. Because I used to go buy him a 40 and drop it off.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't know his own name. Like, he'd be like, so I'd be like, hey, man, what's your name? You know, give him a 40 or whatever. And he, Harold, Gerald. Like, what?
Who was tattooing him?
No one's ever tattooed him.
Oh,
no,
he would
no,
just
no.
come in.
This was a, I don't know if he ever came in. He was just one of the bums that was around Decatur.
I
see. He used to live at, lived in that little gap, like, right before the door. And
Was he the white dude with no eye, or he had one eye that was missing?
Possibly. I don't remember. I drank a lot during those times.
I did too. I did a little drinking back
I was
in the
still
day.
touring during those times, too. I was still touring doing music.
Yep.
And, oh, boy. We had some fun. We had a lot of fun.
Threw some parties back in the day.
We did.
Was you there for the one where we didn't have a cover charge and we gave away the free booze?
No.
Oh, my God.
Where was that at?
It was a bar called Headliners.
Yep, I remember Headliners.
On 22nd.
That was before I started, I think.
Okay, so we threw this big-ass party, and my buddy owned the bar, and he's getting ready to go out of business.
Mm-hmm.
So we had all these kegs behind the wall, tapped in. He's like, we got to get rid of them. He goes, why don't you throw a party here? So I posted up, and we threw a fucking bash. We printed up a bunch of shirts, and we had, like, shirt trade. You came up on stage, took your shirt off. We gave you a new shirt, and then I ended up with a bunch of fucking shirts I didn't need.
You're like, nothing's cool.
Yeah, so I ended up having to, like, donate them to Goodwill or something. But it was awesome. That was probably one of the bigger parties that we ever had. Like, the turnout was insane. But then, like, we had to have somebody watch the door because we started seeing, like, a bunch of underage people sliding in. We're like, shit, this is hard to police. This kind of sucks now. What are we going to do?
God. Speaking of big events, I mean, like the Friday the 13th things.
Oh my God, that was a nightmare.
Dude, I was so excited the first time that we did it.
I remember the video. The video still looks exciting. Like, I get excited to watch the video, and then it's over. The
Yeah,
excitement's gone.
That was one of the I had a blast filming that one. About what was it, 2-3 in the morning. I was like, all right, this is dumb. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had to make it till the next day. Like,
It's
and you're
24
like,
hours. I mean,
yeah.
we'd show up about 9 p.m. on a Thursday night
Yeah,
just to do 3 hours of prep work. People were already lining up from like 7 p.m.
yeah.
Lying around the building, down the street. It didn't matter. People were lined the fuck up.
Oh, dude, yeah. If you look up, I'll try to find that video again and repost it. But I mean, we did the first pan where I walked out the back door.
Yeah.
And people were already in the back area, all the way down to the gate,
Yep.
and just followed everyone up. And I was like, oh my god, this is about to be insane. Like, people were excited to pay.
Have like 10 artists, maybe something like that. I feel like back then.
Jared came down that first one, I think. The first one I was at. Who else came down? Didn't
Donnie Kizzy, maybe?
Yeah, Donnie.
Mike?
Because Donnie did the third tizzle on my.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Money Mike came out.
Yeah,
maybe.
Mike. Yeah, that's right. No, Mike was out at that one too. Or was it that one or the second one that I was at?
He was at one, maybe two of them. But
I miss Mike,
it was
man.
it was a good fucking time until it wasn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was cool because there wasn't a lot of shops back then doing it.
Right.
It wasn't every single shop on every like street corner.
It was
doing
just
it
little
on
brick in
Friday
our
the
area
13th.
and-
Yeah, like my buddy Oliver did it down in Dallas,
Right.
and that was like, in my opinion,
'Cause
that
we
was
had
like the
his
big
sheet,
one.
didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah, we used
Yeah.
his sheet. We did it all the exact same way. I'd been down there to his a few times and seen how he did it, and kind of, you know, he's like, yeah, go up there and do it, and here's like a sheet. So we're like, okay, we'll do it exactly the way. So we did the exact same design, started at the same time, ended the same time. Every artist that started had to end. You know, it was intense. It was a personal challenge if you could make it through. And there was some people that couldn't, and the tempers would fucking flare.
Oh,
man.
yeah, everyone was really
like
irritable.
everybody's on edge by hour 18, and we got 6 more to go with these people that we, 18 hours ago we loved each other, and now, we've been around each other. We've smelled each other for hours on end, and we've heard all the same jokes. We've heard all the same stories over and over and over, and asked all the same questions. How long's the wait? How long have you been tattooing?
Mm-hmm. Until
How's your
everybody's
hand
like,
feel? How's your back holding up? It sucks. It all sucks. We're hearing it sucks. This amount of money is not worth this.
No, and I mean, it did good, but at the same breath, man, like
For what it was, they were publicity stunts. We were trying to get popular. We were trying to get, we wanted to be the shop that the people wanted to go to.
right.
Because it was
And
a
we were.
cool shop, and it was a good atmosphere, and everybody was fun, and we had fun,
Yeah.
And that's when it was like the heyday. That's when it was fucking crushing, and we were booked solid for months and months. I remember I got so frustrated. I realized like 14 weeks out, 18 weeks, I was like, this is too much. And that's when I hated appointments. Like doing appointments gave me anxiety, talking to clients, and I just got, but it stemmed from the Friday the 13th, and then it grew from there, and that's when everything really took off in this area.
Yeah.
I feel like. So it was a good stepping stone. It was a good base model for doing high production tattoos, and now we still do it with like the Toys for Tats, and everything
awesome
still
cause.
works. It still works great. Would I do it again? Yes, I would.
Really?
Under different circumstances, if I, you know what I mean, I would go down and do one for the fun of it. And
So go to someone else's shop.
Yeah, because we don't do it anymore. Like if
Right.
if we did it, of course I would, I'd be there and I would make sure I did more tattoos than everybody else because that's what I like to do. But I would go down like to Dallas and work that one, or out to LA and work at True Tattoo and do another one there. But I don't know that I would even initiate and do one locally again. It's so much work. It's so much headache.
Yeah.
But I'd ride coattails for somebody else.
Yeah, so you don't have to do the planning part. Yeah. I mean, and the people would stand in line for these little Shetland tattoos.
Little Shetlands, just
and for $13 or whatever it was.
it was $13 with the $7. It was $20.
Yeah.
And then half of them we've covered over the years. It was just
Yeah.
job security looking back.
feel like I don't know
I
why
still
got
feel like
this.
they were all fun tattoos. It's not like nobody was trying in this state of mind. It was a personal challenge for every artist. We really tried to do nice tattoos, but when you're doing 130 tattoos in 24 hours,
You don't want to be there the next day.
yeah, and you probably don't want to check all those tattoos out 5 and 10 years later because there's a good chance maybe they didn't get 110% like you thought they did.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
they were just little bangers, and people fucking loved them. And then,
Yeah.
obviously we eventually added more to the sheets before we finally gave it all up. But
Yeah.
the options got to be more and more and more and more. So, yeah, it was just more work.
No, I saw some other shops that try to do it, and the pieces that they drew up for it were like huge, like the size of your fist.
Right.
And I'm like,
And that's where it got unfun, because when you're trying to like give people the biggest bang for the buck, you're really working for nothing at that point. It's not like you're proving to anybody that you can do a ton of tattoos. You're not proving that you can just do a nice tattoo for.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go do free tattoos all day anytime you want, but when you're just devaluing the whole party,
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
As a whole, so it just kind of sucked the fun out of it when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over and get this thing that's huge for nothing."
mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
okay, well, I guess you'll just wait for them to do that every Friday the 13th so you can get a big ass tattoo for nothing.
Oh yeah, because people come in like the next day, or you guys, the next day we'd open and
I couldn't
okay.
get in yesterday. You still doing it?
No, we're
That's
not.
a one and done.
you should have made it that day, and you missed out on your little tattoo.
Yep, absolutely.
But those things were.
What was
They
it
were
like on
draining.
your end of it? Like the planning parts and the dealing with 5 different personalities telling you what to do to get this planning done
Dude,
in time.
It was.
How was that?
It was a headache. it was very draining.
Because
I mean,
you were our computer guy, the IT guy. You were the front counter, the booking agent. You were, you know what I mean? Like, it's big shoes. If you're scrubbing shit in the back,
Oh,
mopping
dude, I
floors
was
in the front.
so glad that we used disposables.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there was a lot of shit just from your point of view, which I think is what we need to be focused on more than some of even the little stories that I remember. I want to know, like, what was your craziest memory of walking in the shop, and the one person that always stands out when somebody says, "What was it like working in a tat shop?" Who's the first person that comes to mind? You're like, "Oh, this motherfucker. If I had to deal with him one more time."
Well, as
Or
far
her,
as
or whatever.
customers or anything like that, we'll say workers, which this isn't saying anything bad about them, just some of like the funny stuff that I remember. Like, Church worked with us for a little while.
Yeah.
And that was blast, man. Like, Church is a riot, man.
He
like,
is one
wild.
of the funniest people I probably worked with.
Dude, he's a
He
good
had little
dude, man.
catchphrases, and they were always funny, and he had little facial expressions that were always funny, and he was the life of the party everywhere he went.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, I remember he came in one morning and he went into the bathroom that connects to the tattoo area and everything like that.
in the back room.
Yeah, in the back room, but it all was wide open and it comes right through there. So he uses that bathroom instead of the one that was out in the hallway where if you're going to go do other things, that's what you need to do. And I'll never forget, he comes out. It was the worst smell I've ever smelled in my life. Dude, it was the worst thing. Like, you would think, like, and I'm not exaggerating, you would have thought something died. Like, really did die. And Shauna goes, "What the fuck did you eat, man?" And he goes, "Nothing really. I mean, I had like 7 sausage burritos this morning from McDonald's. That's about it."
I remember that. And we were all like, "Who orders 7 fucking sausage burritos? Who does that? Nobody does that."
Dude, Church was fucking, and he's just like, "Huh, well, just grab some shoot papers and draw it."
That's pretty bad, huh?
He was hilarious, man. We worked with some really good dudes. Like, we had a lot of people come through, good guest spots, and some that can't. Like, even Charlie Brown worked out there
Oh
for a
my
little
god,
while, man.
he was a blast to work
Dude,
with,
I
though.
love Charlie. He's one of my favorite human beings.
The
Like,
the
he's just-
older I get and the longer I'm in the industry, the more I understand Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
I shit you not, man. I've been doing this 21 years. And, I started Pearson in 99.
Yeah.
And, man, I was just a shy, little meek, kind of quiet kind of sandy-haired kid, and I had a little kid, and I just got divorced, and trying to fucking like make something, and there's Charlie. I wanted to get tattooed by him, but I was fucking scared to go in his shop because it had no minors, appointments only. I'm like, shit. Do I have to make an appointment to make an appointment? I don't know how this works. Maybe I'll just catch him out sometime. I never went into the shop until I saw him outside. And they got like the invite into the shop. And that was my first impression of Charlie Brown. I wanted to get my hand tattooed by him. But I'd walk up to the door, I'd read the sign, and turn around and walk back out, and thinking that I had to call first to go inside.
I still haven't been tattooed by him.
Oh, you have to.
I know, man. Every time I try every time I come in town, I try to link up with him or at least go by and say hi or something, and it just never works out. And I've got to take time and make that happen because I need something by him.
He's a legend, man.
Yeah, if you don't have something, you got to.
He's a legend to me for sure.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I'll never forget. So how I even know who Charlie is from the beginning, because I knew him before. Just a little prick and all that, and well, obviously everyone did because Charlie. But my brother gets a tattoo from him, and of course he gets it on his stomach over his belly button. It was this sun. It was the sun.
Oh, I remember that cute little thing.
Oh my goodness!
It was popular back then, though, man.
Yeah, no, it was, and it was a solid tattoo, of course, but on your belly button. Oh my god! My brother said he was sitting there and.
Does he still have it? Is it still?
He
there?
still has. Oh yeah, he has it. It's big.
God.
That's a big sun. That's a big sun. But then again, we're both kidding. I can't say anything. But no, I remember he would. Charlie would say something to like make him laugh or something, and he'd start laughing and be like, "Don't laugh." Like, I was like, man, that scared the shit out of me. I want to get a tattoo.
No move.
Especially Charlie, man. He can be
because he'll make you laugh and then tell you not to laugh. Yeah. Like, well, dick, don't talk.
You say so many funny things.
Yeah, everything you say is fucking funny, or maybe it's not. And I ain't supposed to be laughing. Now I can't tell. Fuck.
No, you asked like my favorite things, like memories and stuff from the shop. There's a lot of them, and a lot of them that I forget, and they just keep popping back in. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole purpose of why we're doing this, is to kind of re-jog our memories and go down that memory lane and stuff, and hopefully soon make a show out of this. I mean, we keep getting pushed back. We'll get the right stuff to be able to do everything we need to do, and then something happens and Corona hits or whatever.
This has taken about a year just to get to this day right now. I feel like it's been a long time
to be able to do the podcast. Granted, the writing started 7 years ago now, and then we were supposed to film the pilot now. No, it's been 2 years now.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're pushed back a lot, but I'm hoping once everything, I was wanting to do it this summer. Now that's probably not going to happen, I would think, but unless things open up back better, but we'll see.
We can just do it like they do Saturday Night Live. Everybody just film their part from their own apartment and social distance it, You can slice it together, right?
Well,
is it slice or splice?
I
don't know what the term is.
Splice, but
they still do it.
You can slice it too,
Is it digital? Is it still spliced?
Yeah, no, I've got a film in these cameras right now.
Oh,
we'll go through and we'll start cutting them, layer them, and.
Oh man, that's wild.
That's wild. No, man, I'm hoping we can. Hopefully, everything gets back to normal soon, and we'll be able to do it maybe next summer.
Right. Hopefully. Well, you've already talked to some people, some actors.
Yeah.
You got scripts written.
Yep.
I feel like we just need to get some. We need to contact some friends, and have some roundtables like this.
Yeah.
And record some stories. Because
that's what we're doing.
Man, if we could get. My buddy Clean has stories for days.
Well, let's get him.
Yeah. Maybe
he'll do. We'll get on some FaceTimes or something.
We'll get a hold of him.
Zoom meeting.
Yep.
I think it'd be awesome. Have clean rock one on. That'd be awesome.
That wouldn't be too difficult, I don't think.
What about Oliver? You can get him to come out?
I don't know. We might be able to. think he's slowing down a little bit in his old age and not filming quite so much stuff.
Is he still doing Ink Masters?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I think they've parted ways.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's just crushing life, just doing what he does.
The only reason I ever honestly watched shows is, the panel mainly. Well, not Navarro, but,
I mean, he's a really, really nice man.
Yeah.
He's tiny, but he is a very sweet,
That's
delicate little man.
How small is he compared to you? Good God. For you to say that. Oh, my God.
Well, I'm a little husky. Dave Navarro, not so much, but
Oh, my goodness. Dave Navarro. Yeah, he's a character. But,
he's a nice guy.
yeah, that'd be cool to get those guys on. Get some...
Mm-hmm.
Start, hey, you never know. Maybe people start listening to this. I mean, of course, they're not right now, but I wonder if we should...
And why would they?
Yeah, right. Screw those guys anyway.
Screw them guys.
If you don't want to listen to us, then whatever.
Who the hell are they?
I mean, I know it's a lot of rambling.
What are you calling this thing?
So, might as well just call it Don't Call It the Gun podcast. And,
Don't call it the gun. That makes sense.
Yep.
A lot of people call tattoo machines guns.
Yep. That's
Yep.
I feel like we have to explain this. I thought it might be, it's Don't Call It a Gun, but we'll kind of explain that better. A lot of people walk into the shop sometimes, and they'll have these little machines that they bought from Amazon or whatever, and ask if we want to buy their guns.
We're not into foids. No, man.
And then
It's a
Frank would
tat
always
gun.
say, "Are they loaded?"
I don't want them bringing loaded guns in.
We can't have firearms in here, sir. But that's the main thing. This is the most annoying thing that people would call machines guns. So
Yeah, I love it.
yeah, we'll have to. I think it'll take a little while to catch on for people to understand what that means. But hopefully, we can spread awareness here today.
We need to sit down and jot down some topics because my brain is scrambling and I'm having hundreds of stories run through, but trying to pin one down.
Hey, I mean, you can let them loose if
Just
there's
let
something
'em
comes to you.
loose.
But well, thanks everyone for jumping on here and
Thanks for
asking
coming
us
out
a
and
few
hanging
questions.
out with us. It was a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking to the screen.
Yep. Talking to a screen. We'll probably do it again here soon. The next podcast we do, we'll try to announce a little bit earlier and let people know so you can get prepared to come ask some questions. But we'll see everyone later. We're going to wrap this podcast up.
Right on.
Well, until next time, this is Don't Call It a Gun podcast.
Don't call it a gun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.